We gather here tonight to celebrate the life of a legend, a champion. Just over 10 years ago, we heard the words through the voice of NASCAR saying, "We've lost Dale Earnhardt." And as his life and legacy is dearly missed today in the sport of racing, we're able to gather here tonight to celebrate some of the positive things that have come from his life. We'll revisit his early years as a teenager. We'll also revisit some milestones and highlights throughout his racing career. We'll also talk a little bit about some of the great things that have come to NASCAR since his passing. Dale was born back in North Carolina on April 29, 1951. His father was one of the toughest dirt track racers in the state. But it wasn't his father who persuaded Dale to become a race car driver. His father was actually against it. It was all up to Dale to pursue his dream of racing. Dale had to drop out of school to become a race car driver. His career spanned from 1975 to 2001. Over these years, he ran in 677 races. He accumulated 67 wins, 428 top 10 finishes, and 22 pole positions. His 7 series championships ties for first all-time with Richard Petty. His racing style was sometimes noted as controversial, dangerous, or intimidating. Back in Bristol in 1995, Dale spun out Terry Labonte in the second turn of the last lap. Dale went on to win the race and was asked by a reporter after the race what had happened. Dale said, "I wasn't trying to spin him around, I was just trying to rattle his cage." I think this tells us a lot about Dale's attitude as a race car driver and the way he was towards the sport. It was other instances like this throughout his career that resulted in Dale being nicknamed the Intimidator. After the passing of Dale, NASCAR became a much safer sport. The Hans device, a head and neck restraint system, is now mandatory for all drivers. Dale wasn't wearing one at the time of his crash, and some experts say that if he had been wearing one, possibly he would still be with us here today. Also, softer walls have been installed through racetracks throughout the country. These softer walls greatly reduce the impact that a race car can have with the barrier. Since their installation many years ago, there has not been one single fatality since. Also, a better seatbelt system is now in place. Prior to Dale's crash, the only regulation was there must be a seatbelt and there must be a seat. Now, the seatbelt, seat, and the Hans device must be all tied into one. Overall, since Dale's crash, NASCAR has created a much safer race car. From Dale's first race to his last, he was the eye of the storm. He was the show. Over his 27-year career, he wasn't never afraid to ruffle anybody's feathers. I think this is what set him apart from the rest of the racers. He was known to many of us as the Man in Black. He was an idol to many, and he was either loved dearly or hated with a passion. He had a great rapport with his fans, and he knew it, and he cherished it, and he fostered it. He was able to interact with his fans like no other racer. Dale Earnhardt left an everlasting mark on his sport, and he'll never be forgotten. God bless you, Dale.